Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry for Darius Geis, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Now this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
On first down, this is Geis, and nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Leopard! Watch tight end. Over! 4 down. Watch him now, Barney!
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Jackson now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Detroit!
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll give it to him up the middle. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
No. Check. Patriot. Three down. All right, now, look at 56. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now Rudolph with 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you've got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Jackson on 1st down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Detroit! 3 down. Hey, check. Watch it now, Barney.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Gone!
They go play action with Jackson. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. That one goes for 24 yards.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit! Detroit! Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On second down, here's Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to get this one all the way up to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Lucky 56. Just like that.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Throw left side complete. It's Connor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 24.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
Back to the air, Rudolph. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Rudolph. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
You got three down. Motion.
From the gun, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
We got three, fellas. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch 98. Gun. Detroit.
Here's Jackson on third and long. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 16.
Gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Here's Jackson, off to Geis on the screen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set.
Now Jackson on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. Big hold to the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Rudolph. He's going deep for Brown. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Rudolph. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! Leopard!
A give to McCoy. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's McCoy. And now running right through him. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rudolph. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Gun!
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On second down, it's McCoy. He finds some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Rudolph now on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Duke Dawson picks it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
He'll check it down to Geis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Watch him now, Barney.
To throw is Jackson. Out to his left. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gun! 198. Watch 98.
Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Rudolph from his goal line here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Back now in Baltimore. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Back to throw, Rudolph. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Dorsett on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to fire one deep. Middle, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. And even 40 yards. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the second-round pick in 2018. Rudolph throwing on second down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Okay,
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On first down, Rudolph. Got an open man. It's Washington. And the ball is knocked out. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 54 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hurry up, here we go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Caught left side, Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it.
It's caught inside the 25. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Rudolph on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the 50, it's Rudolph. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Alert blow. Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash? What do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. 3-19. 56. Leopard.
They'll go again to McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
3 down. Now let's go. Blue 90.
Now they'll try and run this sweep to McCoy. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll
you.